He may be cool and the ladies do love him, but rapper, songwriter, record producer, and actor LL Cool J's road to success was a rather bumpy one, full of trauma, drama, and addiction. James Todd Smith, known professionally as LL Cool J, short for Ladies Love Cool James, was born in Bayshore, New York. His parents would divorce when LL was very young, and he would then be raised by his mother in Queens and her parents in Long Island. By 10, he'd begin rapping. His family nurtured his talent by supporting him any way they could. His grandfather bought him $2,000 worth of equipment, including turntables, an audio mixer, and an amplifier. And his mother used her tax return to purchase a professional drum machine that LL would use to create the demo that would change everything. At the same time LL was honing his rap skills, New York University student Rick Rubin and promoter/manager Russell Simmons had founded the then independent Def Jam label. LL sent his demo to Rick as well as numerous other record companies throughout New York City. He told CBS News in 2017 that he would call Rick every day to inquire whether he received the tape. When Rick finally did and listened to it, he knew he'd found something special. LL would drop out of high school and sign his first record deal with Def Jam Recordings at the age of 16. With the breakthrough success of his first single, I Need a Beat, followed by his debut album, Radio, released the following year, LL became one of the early hip-hop acts to achieve mainstream success, along with Kurtis Blow and Run DMC. He would go on to achieve further commercial and critical success with 1987's Bigger and Deffer, 1989's Walking with the Panther, 1990's Mama Said Knock You Out, 1995's Mr. Smith, and 1997's Phenomenon, which all went platinum. 5 of his other projects also went gold. The 2-time Grammy Award winner dominated the rap, R&B, and pop charts from the mid-80s to the 2000s with endless hits such as I Need Love, Going Back to Cali, Mama Said Knock You Out, Hey Lover, Doin' It, Loungin', and Headsprung. In 2010, VH1 placed LL on their 100 Greatest Artists of All Time list. He's also cultivated a nice little acting career for himself. It almost didn't happen though, for what LL would later call a ridiculous reason. He became interested in acting long before he actually took the plunge to do it, but held back because he didn't want to take his hat off. So what made him reconsider? Debbie Allen. The more he refused, the more she pushed back, until he finally relented. They then went on to star together in the 90s sitcom In the House that ran for 5 seasons. In addition to In the House, LL's also secured another long-standing role in NCIS Los Angeles, which is currently airing their 14th season. His performance on the show has garnered him 4 NAACP Image Awards. He's not a bad host either, holding down gigs for the Grammy Awards and musical reality competition series Lip Sync Battle. LL's tackled the big screen as well, appearing in dozens of films, including Halloween H2O, Deep Blue Sea, Any Given Sunday, Deliver Us from Eva, and Last Holiday. He received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2016 for his achievement in music. In 2017, LL became the first rapper ever to be chosen for the Kennedy Center Honors, America's highest achievement for any performer. Fellow peers Queen Latifah, Questlove, and Busta Rhymes were all in attendance to honor the Queen's rap legend. After 6 nominations, LL Cool J was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with an award for musical excellence in 2021. Behind the music, though, LL's dealt with his fair share of negative life experiences and battled many personal demons. One of the darkest places he found himself in as a child was dealing with the aftermath of a near-fatal domestic violence incident. Out of frustrations over the couple's divorce, LL's father shot his mother in the back and LL's grandfather in the stomach. LL was only 4 years old at the time, but he remembers the moment vividly and recounts it in his memoir, I Make My Own Rules. In the kitchen, there was blood everywhere. It was splattered on the refrigerator, on the floor, on the walls, deep, dark red all over the place. There were bullet holes in the wall and in the refrigerator. Mercifully, both survived the brutal attack. That violent episode sadly wouldn't be the last LL would experience during his formative years. His mother's next relationship would be with a man named Roscoe, whom LL describes as a drug addict. According to LL, Roscoe took every opportunity to beat him whenever he had the chance. Roscoe beat me for just about anything. He would beat me for watching television, for looking at him funny, for looking out the window watching other kids play. He didn't need a good reason. It was just a power trip. Eventually, LL's mother ended the relationship, but after all of the trauma LL suffered, it was too little, too late. The abuse turned him into a schoolyard bully who toted knives and guns. Shortly after the publication of LL's memoir, a man named Gaston Roscoe Granger told the Daily Press that he was the man LL referred to in his book. While he admitted to smoking Mary Jane, reportedly never in front of LL, he denied all other wrongdoing. Later on, LL's father did come back into his son's life and helped him out in the early stages of his budding rap career in the official role of manager. Unfortunately, that new relationship also turned sour when he mismanaged LL's funds, causing him to end up owing $2 million to the IRS. As a result, LL fired him and hired a new manager. The two seemed to rebuild their relationship once more until the end of LL's father's life in 2012, when LL told the world his dad had died on Twitter and thanked him for the lessons he taught LL that would continue to live on in his heart. A good side effect of LL's experience with his dad was the fact that it made him take a closer look at the other people around him, including his friend and co-manager, Brian Latour. According to LL, Brian had been doing numerous things that rubbed LL the wrong way, but the real breaking point was when LL told him to give his other manager, Cornell Clark, some money to lessen the pain he was suffering in while dying of AIDS. It wasn't until after Cornell's death that LL realized Brian never followed his instructions. Eventually, they parted ways. On a more positive note, the success LL experienced with his first song, I Need a Beat, allowed him to comfortably pay his bills, as well as purchase an $80,000 Porsche, plus half a dozen other cars, and nearly as many houses. In the early 90s, LL was on top of the world, professionally that is. His personal life, however, was in shambles. He was participating in outrageous, raunchy liaisons with groupies, and obsessed with XXX content. Mixed in the rotation of women, which included Kidada Jones, daughter of producer Quincy Jones from 1992 to 1994, was his on-again, off-again girlfriend of many years, Simone. 1 year into their relationship, Simone became pregnant with their first child. Not quite ready for fatherhood, LL dipped, only to come back long enough for them to produce a second child. Their roller coaster relationship would continue for years until the two finally married in 1995. Coupled with his addiction to women, LL also got caught up with drugs. He told MTV in 2002, "I smoked angel dust, I smoked coke, I did a lot of things, and the only reason that I'm able to stand here right now is because I stopped doing it. I'm feeling really great about that. That makes me feel good." On a 2016 episode of PBS's Finding Your Roots, LL learned that his mother was adopted, meaning the grandparents who raised him were not his blood relatives. While this did come as a surprise to LL, he said it didn't change how he viewed the family that raised him. Today, LL Cool J and his wife Simone have been married for more than 25 years, and they share 4 children. In 2004, she was diagnosed with stage 3 chondrosarcoma, a rare bone cancer. After a 15-hour surgery on her right leg and a 2-year recovery process where LL was by her side the entire time, Simone was able to beat the disease and has been cancer-free ever since. As for the reason behind their lasting union, Simone told Oprah, "Putting God first. We both come from a spiritual background. And compromise, a lot of compromise. Picking your battles, respecting each other."